What is up, you guys? Kensei Subs here, and welcome back to another video. Today we got another special video for you guys, another movie review slash vlog. It's been a while. I know the last time I did one of these, it was for Doctor Strange. I didn't have the chance to do Black Adam or Thor, sadly. So yeah, here we are. Today we're doing Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, the last MCU or superhero movie of the year, and the end of Phase 4. So this is big. Now, this video is going to be a little different. I'm actually going to tell you, this is Kensei coming from the future compared to the next few clips I'll show you later down the video. I'm going to do my spoiler review first, and then I'll show you highlights from my vlog, because I didn't really have a chance to vlog a lot that much with my battery being super low. So I got barely like under 2 minutes of footage. So I thought, you know, I would just show you later down the line, like little highlight videos I got, but I got the main premises stuff and everything in the aftermath of the movie. So it still turned out pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, so I decided to give you guys my spoiler review first, back super late right now. So yeah, so we're gonna get into it just straight off the back. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Los Arañas, with my best bud Icon. And yeah, so let's get into it now. So Black Panther Wakanda Forever, what did I think? I thought this was entertaining as heck. This was a very exciting, very emotional, very powerful movie too. I will say this, I did not expect to like this as much as I thought I would, if dare I say. That I saw it with mainly a whole new crew. Again, I had Fallon from the Multiverse of Madness vlog in this video again, and I had two of my other friends, Xavier and Janaea. Super exciting. You know, it's super cool to see the community on my channel grow, just introducing more and more new people. So yeah, hope to see more down the line. And they just made the experience better for me. It was super cool to all watch the movie with them. And to start right off the back with spoiler territory and everything, you know, we see the beginning. It starts with probably the best way they can import the way they do T'Challa's death, and that is they import the fact that he had some type of illness, not knowing what it was, kind of like as if it was like what Chadwick was dealing with in real life. I think that was the best way for them to incorporate it through. So obviously it starts off with Shuri and all the Wakandan scientists trying to help T'Challa in his disease and look at his heart rate over and over again. Obviously it fails and she doesn't find a cure in time. And then so it starts, of course, with the funeral and the passing of T'Challa, Black Panther, and super well done scene. The costumes and everything, and just the overall culture of the scene was just amazing. The first few minutes, emotional, very emotional roller coaster at the beginning, just like that. It just hit. And silence too. One thing I really liked about this film was there was a lot of moments where there was just like straight silence, no music, and that's very interesting to me. That to the point where to some people in the theater it could be awkward if you don't have music in a specific scene in a film. To me, not every scene needs music, so that was very cool to see, like, the filmmaking switch differently, because we don't get a lot of MCU scenes like that. Obviously most MCU scenes just have straight music, so I really enjoyed that, and you get to see it in more than one scene. So that was really cool for not everything to have music in it. So great job. I love the editing of this film. But yeah, I loved it how it started off with the Marvel Studios intro, just like no music, showing the tribute to Chadwick and, you know, his history in the MCU as Black Panther. And so just, yeah, I just loved the beginning of this movie, and it was super heartbreaking. To go next to characters, I'd have to say that every character is flawless in this movie. I'd have to say very powerful roles. As I said earlier, this movie is really powerful. And my favorite, so my overall favorite character, I have two, but because of the fanboy in me, Namor was definitely my favorite character performed in this movie. The actor, he did such an amazing job. and just like I'm gonna tell you why he just did what he did and why he ended up becoming one of my favorite Marvel villains. Because while you can understand where he's coming from, you know, wanting the resources and everything, and wanting to take Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, and everything, why you understand where he's coming from, there are just scenes sometimes where you could just be like the biggest jerk. So like it's kind of like you are on his side and you aren't on his side. So people may debate like, oh yeah, Namor did like nothing wrong, but let me just say, he was not nerfed. A lot of people were saying that he might have been nerfed in this movie, but let me tell you, his power level was not nerfed. He was strong, he was brutal, he was intimidating. He just did like the action scenes. Like majority of the action scenes in this movie, the ones that had him in it, and just like the overall just like scenes of the movie, my favorite scenes had Namor in it. And I think it just really speaks to how much this movie brought in to with his character, especially with the origin. I thought the way they explained it was really, really cool. And I'm just super excited to see where we go in the future with this character and everything. And just like, yeah, props to the actor. Namor, amazing, flawless character. I cannot wait for more of him, and I'll talk about him a bit more down the future in the review as well. Next character we got Shuri, obviously, Letitia, right? A great arc, amazing arc. It really hits her on like all steps and levels, especially in this film. You get to see her go through like struggle, you get to see her angry, you get to see her happy. It's just like all the emotions are there, and what she's dealing with, it's just like that young typical superhero role, kind of like Peter Parker in No Way Home. Like everything that happens in this movie to this character just like hits like super hard and so deep, which ties into her overall character arc involving to the action scenes. So to flash forward a little bit though, my favorite performance from her probably is the middle act scene where Namor attacks Wakanda, and spoiler alert, the Queen, obviously Queen Mother, she dies by Namor drowning her, saving Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, and the role and just the acting she just gave off in that scene. Like she did super good and well done. It was just amazing, and like it was just so fun to watch her, because going into this, I wasn't really excited. Like I was like, oh yeah, like I'm excited to see what they do, because everybody knew it was her in suit. But I was like, yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with her, but like she wasn't like my main main thing like going into this. Now I take that back, because she ended up being my favorite thing right next to Namor. And it's just all the side characters and everything, they just did so well. I loved M'Baku. I loved that by the end of this film, he ended up being the new king, or dare I say, of Wakanda. Meaning that while Shuri is the new Black Panther, she is not ready to fulfill that like super big role of being Wakanda's overall protector in terms of like king and queen. She is the overall protector of being Black Panther, but not high up that yet. But there's going to be more character development. We're definitely going to get a lot more of her character. So I really like that, what they did with M'Baku. Okoye in this film, you know, what a great arc. You know, you really learn about her overall loyalty in terms of being a general in this film, and there are consequences when she gets her general job taken away by screwing up a mission with Shuri and Riri. And it was just like the acting, the scene where she has to hand over her weapon, it was just Niguri, like super good acting. I really love that scene where she just had to give it up right there in the moment. So good. And the suit that she got, the Wakanda suit she got, was pretty dang cool. You know, it kind of reminded me of Predator a little bit here and there, but it was a cool suit. Who else we got? And then Riri Williams, of course, Ironheart. Now look, so if anything, one of the controversials or negatives in this film, going into it, was Ironheart. Ironheart really isn't like a well liked character. She's part of obviously like the legacy characters in the comics, meaning like taking the mantle of the OG character. And to be honest, going into it, I wasn't really excited for her either, but the way she was incorporated and the way that they had to like get her into the story by like going into like her college and everything and saying like, oh yeah, since you know how to build this machine, we're gonna need you for this specific mission. I think that was super, super cool. And just the jokes she gave off, and she's a lot more important to this movie than the trailer set out to be, which is crazy because there is so much in this movie that the trailers don't show, like so many plots, and I really, really like that. Like I'd say they really handled the marketing between the two trailers and all the TV spots very, very well. So bravo. But yeah, she did such a great job. So I'm going to talk about her two armors. Now, her two armors, I really, really like so in terms of the first one, like the overall, like how it looked, like realistically and everything, like it just like it just looked real. It may have not been the best design because it's all homemade and stuff, and she's been working on it since she was like 3 years old with all the metal parts and everything. So I like how the first mark looked. So the second one, the pink and the black one, everything with like the Wakandan one. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the image of that one from her in the final battle. A lot of people crapped on the CGI for her second armor, and I do understand where people are coming from. That specific image that they showed compared to when you see on the big screen in the movie, I say are two totally different things. I say the CGI definitely looked a lot better. So, and I agree too. When I first saw the image, I was all like, this is very, very looking like some really low, like rough Power Rangers type CGI and everything. And in some places, when she's just standing there, it might have possibly could have, but seeing it on the big screen and everything, I think, so the problem was not necessarily probably the CGI and the VFX. The main problem was the overall material and scheme of her armor. It just had that like very shiny, like candy, like gusher candy shiny look and everything, and it just like super plastic and everything. I think that was the main issue with the specific armor of the Mark II armor, and that was the main problem. But in terms of overall CGI, because Marvel has had a CGI problem lately with Phase 4 and before Phase 4 too, but a lot with Phase 4 too. And it just seems like they've been getting it back up, especially in this movie, because the CGI and VFX in this movie as a whole is just like, bravo. But yeah, so I really liked Riri more than I expected. She was really, really good. I don't know about the Ironheart series yet. I'm still kind of like torn in between it a little bit, like debating. But if I end up watching it, this is a good positive thing to look forward to, because her character was super, super well done in this movie. Next we got the Kia. She was very, very good. I think what they did with her in terms of finding a purpose in terms of after T'Challa's death, because obviously it takes back 1 year later, obviously, and the way she handles just like, you know, all of her missions and everything, because remember, she, like the first movie, she's not in Wakanda a lot. She's always busy doing her own thing, and while she is still doing her missions, she is obviously still Wakandan, and it is super cool just to see her like when her country is in danger, then like she comes back to Wakanda just like that. And yeah, Lupita Nyong'o, she did just a very, very good job. I love the scene when she was just speaking straight Spanish. Very, very good, very, very good. Like I said before at the beginning, the representation in this film was just crazy all around. I'm pretty sure you're going to be seeing a lot of this and this with people in the coming future. So yeah, just great job, great job. Next, who we got? We got more two down the line side characters, more than usual side characters. We got Good old Agent Ross, Martin Freeman, Bilbo Baggins himself. I adore that actor, and personally, I love him in the Hobbit movies. Bilbo Baggins is probably my favorite character in Middle Earth. So, personally, I really like Agent Ross, and the way he just defended the Wakandans in this movie and everything, it was just super cool, and it just shows like how much loyalty he has to them. Right after the events of the first movie and how they saved his life and everything, because we get the general chick from Falcon and Winter Soldier with the little dyed pink hair and everything, and they're trying to find out all their secrets, and he's just like keeping his mouth shut, like he won't spill anything about them. So like the loyalty is there. He did a great job. He didn't have too much like character, like he didn't have like a lot of screen time, but for what he got and for what his character was used for, it was just the right bit. I don't think we needed more, and I don't think we needed less. I say it was like just right there. But yeah, excellent. Ross, what he was super good in this movie. To move on, next, more positives. In terms of the characters and everything, we got Angela Bassett as the Queen herself. This actor, this woman needs a Oscar nomination, 100%. She like. I feel like it's gonna happen. Like the way she just says her lines and everything is just so powerful in this movie. Going back to Okoye's character when she has to hand over her weapon and just like give up as a general. Her classic, her big speech that we hear at the first trailer. It's just like you hear that impact and that like emotion and that power of like how much she's done with her family gone, with T'Challa, with her husband gone and everything, and she just did a super great job. And when her death hit, when Namor and all of his people attacked in the middle act of the Wakanda attack, and we got to Shuri's reaction, it was just like it hit just like so much harder. But yeah, we definitely got a lot of death in this movie, more than I was expecting. I did not expect the Queen herself to die, but I say it was definitely good character for her character and for Shuri's character, because like I said, like Shuri and Peter Parker, they're kind of similar with like having nothing, and then they have like hope too, like going into the future. But yeah, just like super great job, Angela Bassett, great job. Other more positives in this movie too. Obviously, right off the back from the first movie, the soundtrack was just incredible. Really good. When they show the city of, oh shoot, I forgot the name in my head. Now I can't think of it. Namor City. Why can I not think of it now? I was saying it with the group, talking to you about it earlier. But just the overall soundtrack and the song choice that they use was just so good. That was actually my favorite scene of the movie, when you first get to see the city underwater and how they live in, and just like the overall water effect. Personally, I think they did this done better compared to Aquaman. It just felt like more real, just like with the breathing and everything in the suits. It was just like the music definitely hits. Like I said, when there's no music needed, then there's no music needed. But when there is music needed, it just like with the action scenes, just like with the scenes alone, with just talking and everything, it's just there, and it's just perfect. Now, while we did not get to go through everything, I'll say in terms of like little teases and cameos and everything, it was very cool to see Michael B. Jordan, aka Killmonger himself, return when Shuri drank the heart-shaped herb and got to Black Panther's powers in the ancestor place. And it was just cool to see her motivation, that being kind of like her motivation to wanting to kill Namor. And it was just super cool to see him back, even though it wasn't necessarily him, but like it was him. You know what I mean? But it was just cool, and I hope, even though it's between like flashbacks, more scenes like this, how they just use him like in the ancestor place, I just hope we can see as much as him as possible because he looked great as always. Such a great role and just such a great villain, Killmonger. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan's great. Biceps, that man, were huge. But yeah, great job. To go back to Namor real quick, you know, as I love him and he's my favorite. One thing, I was gonna drop this and into the final battle, I was gonna drop this really low if they chose to kill him, and they did not. The band lives, they make peace. One thing I like about this finale and this ending fight, they didn't end it like every typical superhero, like good guy just like defeats bad guy. Like Namor yield, the two countries came together, the two tribes and everything came together, and they decided Wakanda's like, we'll protect you guys and we'll squash the beef and everything is good. I thought that was super cool and a very mature choice that Shuri took, and like I said, that just adds more to her development. The ending, of course, was beautiful. The memories with Chad and everything, it just hit so much more, and that's where the ending almost got me when Shuri burns her clothes. I was close to crying, but I did not cry, but I almost did. And yeah, we just got a lot of like clapping and standing ovation at the end, so it just hit 10 times harder. Last thing to go over is the end credit scene. I thought the end credit scene ended helped a lot more with the ending, more than the ending already did itself. It's just like the movie ended, but the mid credit scene helps the ending be even better than what it left off on at first. Revealed that Nakia and T'Challa had a son, and his name is also T'Challa, and the way that Shuri just looks at him like, Shuri will be known as Black Panther for now, but I feel like in the coming future, this kid, like when he grows up, I feel like Marvel could probably use him as some cool stuff, and when it comes to the overall recast as T'Challa, while Shuri technically is it right now, I feel like they may use him down the line after her time is over. So I just loved that that mid-credit scene, and just flawless. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed my spoiler review on Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I know we didn't get to go through everything, but yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Weren't too many negatives, you know, some scenes could have dragged on, like been a little bit longer than they should have been. But yeah, overall, there wasn't really not a lot of nitpicks here and there. Like I said, I'm torn between dropping it down because of the whole CGI Ironheart armor stuff. So right now, I think Kensei is going to give this a good old movie review and rating of a solid 8.5 to a 9. I'm torn between the two. I know I always say it's between this and this, but I don't know, like, just like the scores, like they always just get to me. But yeah, it's definitely between an 8.5 and a 9. There weren't too many things, and go see it for yourself if you haven't seen it, and of course form your own opinion. But yeah, that is it guys for the review. I hope you enjoy the vlog highlights. I apologize I couldn't get more, but yeah, so for now I'm just gonna sign off. Thank you for watching my review. Stay spectacular, peace, and enjoy the highlight vlogs. Peace. Woo! We're here guys. There's Fallon back again from the last video. We were just waiting on the rest of our crew, Xavier and Janaea, the new peeps you're gonna see on the channel. There it is, guys. Black Panther. There it is at the top. Super excited. Oh, One Piece film. Okay, new recruits. Got Xavier, Janaea, or Janaea. And we are ready. Are you excited, Fallon? Alright guys, we just walked out. Fallon, what'd you think?
She had a darker shade.
What?
What'd you think?
Oh, it was great.
Janaea, what'd you think?
Xavier, what are you doing?
There you go.
Xavier, what'd you think?
That was a mid-ass movie.
Okay, whatever. Alright peeps, aftermath of Wakanda Forever. We're at Mad Duck.
Yeah.